Welcome to the Record Day Bullshit Podcast, Season 2, Episode 33. With your host with the most, the podcast god, Superfly, Johnny Lee. And tonight we got a big one for you, but first, let me introduce the people that's with me tonight. We got, to my left here, we got the beautiful intern, Emili Rose.
What up?
And across to her left, you can see him, the man, the myth, the legend, the wrestling encyclopedia, Sean Jahns.
He wishes he was a legend.
Kiss my ass. Hey, everybody! And across, I want to do this one. And across from me, we have, speaking of living legend, the man, the myth, we have Mr. Larger Than Life, Ethan Heyre.
That was pretty good, Sean Jahns.
Thank you, sir.
Maybe get you a ring announcing gig or something.
That's
Maybe my
right.
personal ring announcer.
Hey,
That'd be
hey,
dope.
hey.
I've always wanted a personal ring announcer.
Hell yeah.
Now we're cooking with kerosene. That's a good idea.
And you had a
any
great
promoters
month.
that hire Ethan, you got to bring Sean in too. Now, just remember, you got to pay me more than Ethan. I'm just saying.
And you've had a great month this month, Ethan.
I really have, man. It's been awesome. It's been I think a career high for me, no pun intended. Over the last couple of weeks, I've gotten to work some really big names. I've got to work in some really big places. It's been huge. Ever since like Summer Sweatfest, getting to work with Larry D, I feel like my momentum has just been taken off. I feel like I've been so lucky lately. I've been getting so many opportunities. I had an opportunity to wrestle Hornswoggle kind of just fall into my lap a few weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah. And that was incredible. I got to work with the Rock and Roll Express, which like just a few years ago wouldn't have even seemed possible. They were like having a retirement tour and all that stuff. And I've gotten to work them. I've gotten to work Ricky twice now. That last Thursday, yeah.
Hell yeah.
We had JCW come into Grindhouse Juggalo Championship Wrestling. For those that I know, there's a couple JCWs out there, and they ran in the Grindhouse Arena, and so they had a match for the Battle Royal Championship, which, by the way, absurdly large belt.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I really wanted to win that belt just for the bit, you know.
Yeah.
But a bunch of us from Grindhouse got to be in that Battle Royal and stuff, so getting to work for JCW was really, really cool. That was a huge opportunity. Got to share the ring with some really cool people in that as well. Yeah, man, it's been kind of crazy. It
really has.
Yeah, sometimes I gotta like take a minute to sit and just let the reality sit in that like this isn't like I ain't making this shit up, you know.
That's right. And plus, you got still big shows coming up.
Oh yeah,
You got this Sunday, Grindhouse Pro Wrestling.
that's right.
What will you be doing there?
Well, if I had it my way, I'd be challenging for the WeAreGrindhouse.com championship against my longtime rival, Too Smooth Eli Cruz. I had a match last month that was, I believe, made to be for number one contendership, and I won that match. It may not have been the way I wanted to. It went down a disqualification. Wrestling Ty Vance and the rest of Black Diamond Entertainment got involved, but at the end of the day, I got that check in the win column, which makes me the number one contender.
That's
I think.
right.
So I'd like to be getting my shot at the WeAreGrindhouse.com title, but Cruz has already announced that he's hosting another full court press segment or whatever. I guess he's more worried about doing what you guys do here and playing talk show host instead of defending his title. But we'll see what I can do.
And he's not very good of a talk show host because I've seen his work and it's just not great.
I'm saying, man, I hate listening to that guy talk, dude. I've had to listen to him talk so much over my career, and I'm just so sick of it. And I have so much fun kicking him in the face. And I haven't forgotten that it wasn't just like a year ago or so, a little over a year ago, that I was carrying a title.
Yeah.
And he cost me that title.
The Ring Generals Championship.
I've just been waiting on the opportunity to cash in that receipt. Now he's got the .com title, which he was only able to get his hands on after I moved on to bigger and better things.
That's right.
So now, like, it seems like he's kind of ducking his responsibilities as the champion, and I kind of owe him one anyway. So I'm itching for the chance to pay him back and take that title off of him.
Exactly.
And add the .com title to my resume.
That's right. And the reason why he's doing talk show host duties this Sunday is because he didn't want to wrestle you.
Exactly.
That's what he is.
Exactly. And I don't blame him because, like, historically, he does got to play like Urkel against me. You know what I'm saying? Wins.
Yeah.
Whoa. Like, when he does win, he's got to pull something out of the bag, pull some kind of cheap trick or something.
Yep.
But I've beaten him twice, actually, really, if you think about it, because back in Salina last year, we had
Salina, Tennessee.
We had a one-on-one that went to a time limit draw, but
I was there for that.
We had a three-way elimination later in the night because the match was for number 1 contendership, and I eliminated him from that triple threat match. I've beat him one-on-one, and then every time Cruz tried to get his hands on the .com title while I was in the title match against Techno Cowboy, who was champion at the time, had not one but two triple threat matches, one a ladder match, and Cruz couldn't get the job done in either one of those when I was in the picture. But the very next month, when I move on to focus on, the beef that I had with Larry D and start setting my sights on proving myself against and beating a legend, then all of a sudden Cruz is able to get his hands on the title.
But that's just proves how scared Smooth is of you, because he says that he's too smooth, and yet this Sunday he's made sure that he is not going to be having a match at all against nobody. He's not even going to have a match against you. He's chosen instead to take a seat instead of actually putting on the boots and wrestling.
Oh, well, we'll see about that. He calls this segment Full Court Press, and I may have to lay the pressure on real hard this Sunday. We'll see what I can do about it. I'm getting my title shot against Cruz one way or the other.
Hey, Travis Crawford said, "Can we have Sean Jahns get a pizza pie in the face again?" Thanks, Emili. Rose
No,
for
sir.
that.
So welcome. I would do it again.
Oh,
No, sir. We were not.
100% I would do it again.
that's right.
You will.
But
So we
also,
ordered pizza.
you also got the
hell,
Kentucky
Ethan?
Wrestling
Get hungry.
Federation tournament to look forward to.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes, you
So,
did forget to eat today.
I had a match in the tournament last month against Michael Montana. I know he was in the studio last week.
Yep.
Which, kudos to Michael Montana. We may not be the best of friends after the way that match went down, but for the level of experience that he is in the business, already such a bright future, I think.
That's right.
Already super talented. But the tournament match ended in no contest. It was a double count out. Things got kind of heated, kind of intense between me and him.
That means that you're both still in it?
I feel like, so I feel like that score hasn't really been settled between me and him yet, 100%. But I am glad that they've, offered to let me stay in the tournament and not eliminate both of us, I would have liked to get a definitive win in that first round and, advance with some strong momentum.
Exactly.
Advance with a statement. But the fact that I'm still in the tournament is greatly appreciated, because that's another opportunity to just show how much I can come back from. It's one thing to show how much I can accomplish, but to show how much I can accomplish under pressure like this is another thing entirely. And that's what I'm all about, is making that comeback and thriving under pressure. So
damn, Skippy. Because not only that, but watching you two go at it, it looked like there was a little bit of heated motion there, because everything that you were doing, he's make sure he's going to try to hit you with those German suplexes. And he caught you with 3 good ones during that match.
Yeah, he did. He caught me with 3 real good ones. And he really did just kind of catch him out of nowhere on me. I being the smaller guy in that match and knowing that a guy like Michael Montana is going to try to pull out some strength and power like that over a smaller guy like me, I tried to keep myself sticking and moving. And again, a credit to his ring presence already for as early as he is. He was ready for it, and he had his opening scouted. And was able to take advantage. And I think the frustration kind of boiled over for the both of us. Me not being able to, to get this guy where I need him and put the,
and vice versa for him too.
Vice
because
versa for him, I think he came in thinking, he's
that's one of the reasons why I think
against me.
That's why I think they came after you on the outside, and he wasn't going to take it back to the ring. At that point, he was done. He was angry because his German suplex wasn't able to put you away, and you was angry because you hadn't beaten him yet.
Exactly.
And it just became a slugfest between both of y'all.
Yeah. And if it comes down to it again in the tournament, I haven't been informed exactly what the bracket looks like
Yeah.
now. But if it comes down to it, if we're in there again in that tournament, I like part of me wants to get the pound of flesh back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know that I'm gonna have to like lock in and focus if I want to, because I kind of blew it last time by letting my emotions get the better of me.
Yeah.
So if I want to advance and become the KWF heavyweight champion, then I'm gonna have to focus and keep my emotions at bay and keep my eyes on the prize, so to speak.
Definitely,
my
because-
sights on those heights.
Because if you don't keep your eyes on the prize, then your chances of staying inside the tournament could end very fast.
Exactly. I've been lucky enough to get another opportunity here after the draw in the first round. So I can't that's just a reminder to me that I can't afford to blow it again. You know, I've got one more chance to make this thing happen and
Yeah.
become the KWF heavyweight champion. So if I want to reach those heights, if I want to reach the top tier of KWF, then I've got to focus up and be ready for anybody and anything that they're gonna throw at me.
Exactly, because that's something that all the guys that's inside tournaments are looking to do. They're all gunning for it. So if you're not getting Michael Montana, you need to have your head focused even on the next opponent, because like J.R. Rock has said, anytime he books, he's making sure that it's going to be unpredictable, so you never know who you're going to have to take on. So you better be ready, you better be focused, you better keep a good head on you, because if you overlook the opponent you're going to get next, it could be a short night for you.
Yeah. And I've worked with a lot of the guys in this tournament before as well. OG Ugly I train with all the time. Cash Jackson I've been training with since I started.
All good people.
Yeah, all good people. And all great wrestlers too. And that's the thing. And that's what I love about things like this is I aspire for those challenges. You know, I aspire to test myself against some of the best. And I think some of the best in the Kentucky scene right now, and some of the best up-and-comers in the Kentucky scene are all in this tournament at KWF. And so just as much as I want to test myself in this tournament, that's also why I want to become KWF champion so much, is because, you know, when you're the champion, you're the top dog, and everybody's gunning for you, and that's how I like it, you know, because everybody thinks that they're going to be the guy that's going to be able to knock me off.
That's right.
And I've always got just a little bit more fight than they're ready for, and carrying the heavyweight championship and carrying that bullseye on my back, I feel like draws challenges and draws opportunities to prove myself.
Exactly. And plus, you made your big return to EWA at Prime 018.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Well, on the one hand, it was good to be back at EWA and see the people in Danville again and feel that energy and all that stuff. But coming out of that show, honestly, it could be going a lot better. You know, the last time I had been at EWA before that was for the money grab ladder match at Gold Rush, and I had been in that match the year before and been this close when Jordan Cage cost me that match. But I was able to go on, finish the bigger picture and take down the Ben Sheeran brand, become EWA Heritage Champion. I beat Jordan Cage to retain the Heritage Championship during my reign. And then after losing the title to Chris Crow, the money grab ladder match, well, first the tournament, the Heritage title Gold Rush tournament was really my first chance at redemption. I came back in the Rumble and ended up crossing paths with an old rival in Gaston. So the Rumble opportunity was out the window. I entered the tournament, but I went in hurt. I was in the middle of everything going on with Larry D, but I wanted that opportunity. The injury got the better of me. Gaston snuck one out.
He did.
And so the money grab was really like my opportunity, where I felt like, if I won that briefcase, then I held all the cards for EWA. If I had that, I had the secret weapon needed to take down the Ben Sheeran brand, because with the money grab contract guarantees you an opportunity at the EWA championship. Jordan Cage is the EWA champion. He's the one backed by the Ben Sheeran brand. I know I can beat Jordan Cage. I know I can take down the Ben Sheeran brand. I've done all of that before. So I really thought the money grab was going to be my shot.
Exactly.
And then Chris Crow interjects himself into the match.
What about the Ben Sheeran brand making sure that they wasn't going to be gone? I mean, y'all made sure that they were gone back because now the commissioner was gone, but now the commissioner's back.
Yeah, Ben, And we really, I guess, in hindsight's 2020, but we really should have seen that coming, knowing how scheming and conniving Ben can be, that he was going to come up with some kind of plan. But I wasn't worried about it at first because I felt pretty confident that as long as I was able to capitalize on one of these opportunities, I'd be able to oust them again.
Exactly.
So when the money grab didn't work out, when Chris Crow took the money grab, just like he had taken the EWA Heritage title from me, I felt like it was...
Jake Ratliff said, what's up?
What's up, Jacob Ratliff? Speaking of the EWA Heritage Championship, the champ himself. What's up, baby? Yep. Love that guy. Love you, Jacob. Hope you're doing great. Jacob, by the way, side note, has been killing it as EWA Heritage.
Hell yeah.
No hard feelings against Jacob. He even gave me an opportunity to reclaim the Heritage Championship, and I lost fair and square at KWF in a no-ring match in Paris, Kentucky.
That's
Jacob's
all right.
home turf, Jacob's home turf, and Jacob's home environment as far as matches go.
Yeah.
But I was up to the challenge, and Jacob brought the fight, man. He proved why he's the Heritage champ.
Hey, what's up, Crazy Carl?
What's up, man? So yeah, going up against Jordan Cage, I felt like there was only so much I could do playing by the rules at EWA with the BSB in charge, and so I went straight to the source and I laid down a challenge to Jordan Cage, and he told me I had to beat him in a non-title match before I could get a championship opportunity, and I was real close, but I'll put this one on me this time. Jordan Cage beat me clean.
He did.
So now I know we've got Hardcore Havoc on the horizon. I'm not sure exactly what's next for me, but I always know where the next place to go for me is, and that's Heyre.
That's right.
And Hardcore Havoc just gives me the opportunity to really up the chaos for the Ben Sheeran brand.
And there's so many opportunities out there right now, especially with Grindhouse Pro Wrestling, with EWA, KWF. Man, how did you feel about wrestling Larry D?
Oh, man. So, wrestling Larry D was a lot of emotions.
Chris Crow real quick wants to say, Ethan. Hello, old friend.
What's up, Chris Crow? You still ducking me? It's real funny the way you threw a big old temper tantrum when you lost that EWA Heritage Championship to somebody better than you after you ducked defending it against the guy that you didn't even pin for it. And now all of a sudden you got this contract. Chris, I hope, you know what? As much as I can't stand you, I hope that you win the EWA Championship when you cash in that money grab contract. Because I cannot wait to be the guy that kicks your head off of your shoulders and takes it from you. You tried to put me out in February and then pin somebody else for the EWA Heritage Championship, knowing that you couldn't beat me one-on-one, and then refused to defend it against me, held a whole tournament to make everybody fight to challenge you for the title, because you knew you weren't going to be able to handle any of them without them running that gauntlet first. And then you still lost. And then you threw such a temper tantrum that Ben Sheeran had to pacify you with a spot in the money grab ladder match. That doesn't sound like a champ to me, buddy. It sounds like a chump, and I'm going to chump you out the first chance I get.
Chris Crow responded. He said, you still holding a grudge? Why is that? I thought we were friends. Oh, that's right. I moved on to things that will higher.
Spelled it the way you spell your last name.
Good. Chris Crow can spell. I'm so glad that me kicking him in the head hasn't caused him enough head trauma to take away his ability to read at a first grade level yet. But it will, if you're man enough to give me the opportunity.
It sounds like we got ourselves that next thing that you were saying that you wasn't quite sure whether that was going to happen. Not only that, but Chris Crow also got to remember that he's also got Cash Atkins mad at him.
Yeah, as Cash should be. Because Cash Atkins was scheduled to be in that money grab ladder match. And that could have been a career opportunity for Cash Atkins as an up-and-comer at EWA.
That's right.
And Chris Crow took out his frustrations on Cash Atkins. Cash Atkins was the victim of Chris Crow's temper tantrum, and now Cash Atkins loses that opportunity. He's got to climb all the way back up the ranks. Meanwhile, Chris Crow has an opportunity that he wasn't supposed to have. He just got it because he wasn't good enough to hold on to his own title.
Exactly. And he's in Cash Atkins's eyes, he's been ducking him this whole time. Every time that he's been at the EWA shows, Prime 17, Prime 18, to him, he says that Chris Crow's been walking out there, running, not trying to fight him, not trying to do nothing. Cash Atkins's mad, but I think that Cash Atkins's going to have to take a back seat because it sounds like you and Chris Crow, y'all's heat is a little bit more. Oh, wait a second. Chris Crow just said, man, till you buy jeans that's not 2 sizes too big, don't open your mouth, little man. Embrace my greatness.
I'm sorry, I just thought that was...
Damn.
Okay.
What do you got, Sean Jahns?
Shall we not go with the personal attacks there, Mr. Crow?
Oh, it's no
Keep it about the business.
personal attack. Chris Crow just doesn't have any eyesight, or at least I assume that's the excuse that he uses for why he can't find his way to the ring to face me man to man.
God.
Oh, man. From even Heyre's point of view, that is what Chris Crow's been doing, is running and ducking.
He calls himself undeniable, but he's starting to sound more like unfindable.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
That does sound about right, because are we going to see Ethan Heyre versus Chris Crow again? Because it sounds like that's something that needs to happen.
Johnny,
it's
you're
been-
such a damn instigator,
It's
dude.
been needed.
What?
It's been needed to happen. Oh, I've been instigating this since February when you tried to put me on the shelf.
You guys are such damn instigators.
That's how wrestling is, though.
Extreme selfie over here.
You know why? Because I'm the podcast god, and podcast
my
god
God.
does a lot.
Podcast call.
But here's the thing. You and Chris Crow, this heat has been going for a long time now, and it sounds like it's still not going to extinguish because Chris Crow just fired some shots at you, Ethan.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think about that? What is your honest feelings on Chris Crow himself?
Oh, I think I've laid it all out. I could really go the whole podcast if you wanted me to, but I'd like to talk about some other stuff.
That's true.
But, to cap it all off, yeah, unfindable Chris Crow, the least defendingest heritage champion of all time, and the only man to win a money grab ladder match that he wasn't scheduled for just because he cried over it.
That's true. But yeah, after Chris Crow there, what do you think?
After
You
Chris
see in your
Crow?
future? Yes.
After Chris Crow? Well, ideally, settling the score with Chris Crow would happen somewhere on the way to taking down the Ben Sheeran brand, because Chris Crow seemed to make a little bit of a deal. I don't think he's running with the Ben Sheeran brand per se, but he clearly did some business to get himself into that ladder match. So if I take out Chris Crow, I take out the threat of Chris becoming the EWA champion.
Right.
And
Okay,
then-
now it's getting deep. Chris Crow chimed in with, well, Ethan, like I always do with everyone who steps in the ring with me, I elevate him. Because right now, Chris Crow is in God mode now. First off, I'm going to cut you off there,
Fire.
Chris Crow.
Is that why when I was the Heritage Champion, I was the main event, and when you were the Heritage Champion, you were the curtain jerker?
Ho, ho!
Shots fired. Man, it's getting hot in here, ain't it? Chris Crow being the curtain jerker
Ask
in Heyre main event.
Ask the current EWA Heritage Champion, who actually deserves that title, how much a main event match with Mr. Larger Than Life can elevate you even higher.
Y'all had fought each other inside that no ring match as a bar fight too.
Yeah. And my first defense as the EWA Heritage Champion, which, by the way, my third main event in a row as champion, if you count the match I won it, was an open challenge against Jacob Ratliff. And
That's right.
I'm going to be honest, man, I think people were sleeping on Jacob Ratliff until that match.
They were.
But we had that match. We crushed it in the main event. I retained my title, and what has happened since then? Jacob Ratliff has been one of the best and biggest stars of EWA. He won Fan Favorite of the Year
That's
that
right.
year. He went on to become the EWA Heritage Champion. Who did he beat? Oh, yeah, Chris Crow. How did he do it? He knocked him out cold? Oh, yeah.
He did.
Because Chris Crow can only fight when his opponent's back is turned.
Oh, and not only that, will we be seeing you get revenge on Gas Hunter for what he did after that whole Rumble, because remember, he attacked you.
He did.
Afterwards, and he continued to attack.
He did. And to be honest, I don't know if the score is ever going to be settled with Gaston. I mean, that was right after that match. We met each other again in another tournament.
Yep.
The Sean Schultz Futures Tournament was held in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then just this past Sunday, he was a part of my match at Generation X Pro Wrestling, the scramble match to earn a spot in the
Well, hold
Generational
up real
Invitation.
quick. Chris Cross had this say to you. He says, I had better things to do but to stick around the whole show with little marks like Ethan Heyre. You know where to find me, and I'll show you I am the one who does God's work, baby, because I am the best Crow wants to smoke.
All right, so Unfindable Chris Crow is running off again, this time from the stream. Bye, Chris. Hope to see you soon. I know it'll be real hard to because you're going to be ducking me every chance you get. But I'll find you, and I'll see you soon. Till then.
Crow, come on, man.
That's right. He's got to put his money. He's got to put his mouth where his money is.
You got to put your money where your mouth is, brother.
I was gonna say,
But-
sir, I think that was all fucked up.
My bad. I do flub my
right.
words.
Something like that. Yeah.
But to get back on Gaston Leroux.
Yeah, man. I don't know if that score will ever be settled. You
I'll be
know,
right back.
after that tournament match, we met in the Sean Schultz tournament. We met again in the Bullpen Pro Wrestling Conquest Championship tournament. And it was kind of the same story in the Sean Schultz tournament. I was still hurt, and
Yeah.
I wasn't any better off after our match at EWA. So he took advantage again. Took a little more, like I did have, like, I was able to bring a little more fight. I was ready
Yeah.
for him to exploit that weakness this time, and I really should have been ready for that the first time, but I went in a little headstrong, and a little overconfident. Second time around, he still was able to take advantage of the injury. Bullpen Pro Wrestling, I was all good to go. He caught me slipping. I took my eye off the ball and tried to pull something new out of the bag that I wouldn't usually do. I tried to go
Yeah.
up for a moonsault, and I made the mistake of turning my back to him, and that was on me.
It happens, though, because sometimes when you got a good opponent like Gaston Leroux, you got to
Yeah.
keep your head about you, because Gaston
yeah.
Leroux is also a good Mac technician.
Absolutely. And he, to his credit, as much as I hate to admit it, he keeps getting better every time. And I feel like we bring a lot of that out of each other in a twisted kind of way. But every time I'm in there with Gaston, I can feel the work that he puts in to be good at this. And
Yeah.
I think he feels that I put in the same amount of work. And so we, in a morbid, like, only one of us can be this good kind of way, I think we push each other in that sense every time we get in there to prove
That's right.
that we're better than the other. Even in the scramble match at Generation Next, with a spot in the Generational Invitational 2 on the line, in the ring with opponents like Dalton McKenzie and Aaron Williams,
Which
still,
is two great opponents, too, by the way.
oh yeah, absolutely. And those are two more that I was really excited that I've gotten to work with recently. Aaron Williams especially has been on my list for a while, so I'm glad I finally got to share the ring with him in some capacity. But even with all these other people surrounding us, Gaston and I still found a way to throw some hands at each other. So will that score ever be settled? Personally, I don't think so. But right now I've got bigger fish to fry.
That's right.
Bigger songs to listen to. You know, I've got to play out the Ben Sheeran brand right now. And I think the way to do that is becoming EWA champion and
That's right.
removing that chip from their table. So right now that's where my focus is. But anytime that I turn a corner and Gaston Leroux's there, best believe I'm gonna be ready.
It's definitely something that's going to happen, because you and him, y'all had a hell of a match. That was an Iron Man match, and it went a long time.
It was one fall, but it was the main event, and it probably went about 30 minutes.
Yep.
And man,
That's the match to me that solidified you and him doing this forever.
I believe so too. I think so too. And that match also, I think, solidified in a lot of ways that, like, him and I, as much as I hate to admit that he's in this category with me, I think him and I are two, like, of the biggest rising stars out of this area right now. And I think that match solidified it, that, like, guys like me and him can go like that in the main event and
Exactly.
put that time in and have a match of that caliber. That match still means a lot to me. Winning the Heritage title in that match, having the main event, 30 minutes with probably my biggest rival, and coming out on top and becoming the Heritage champion in that match. That match is definitely got its place on my list of personal favorites for me.
That's right. And you and Ben Sheeran Brand's been doing this same song and dance for a while now.
Yeah, man.
What was your first thoughts when you saw Ben Sheeran was back in charge? Well, how did it make you feel?
It made me feel like the last year of work that I had put in to overthrow them from power and take EWA back had all kind of been for naught, you know? It kind of made me feel like all of that work went to waste. And felt kind of cheated, kind of screwed.
Yeah.
But I also, like, this time around, I know that I can take down the Ben Sheeran brand. You know, it was my win over Gaston for the Heritage Championship that earned us the opportunity to have the six-man tag with power on the line. We won that match to overthrow the Ben Sheeran brand. Like, as much as the Ben Sheeran brand has been such a problem for all of EWA, I'm also not oblivious to the fact that I've been the biggest thorn in the Ben Sheeran brand side
Exactly.
for the past 2 years, and I know they're getting sick of feeling me stabbing at their sides. So all I've got to do is push a little deeper. You know, clearly I didn't land the fatal blow last time, so I've got to make sure I do this time. And I'm focused on that. I'm fully prepared to go to any extent that I need to take EWA back for the fans and for the locker room, and for everybody that that watches on home. I see you about to pull up some Ethan Heyre highlights here or something.
That's right. Because there's so many good matches that you've had here recently. And I swear that they're on here too.
Some of them might be.
And while Johnny's looking for the
that's
video,
the hype package for the Larry D match.
while video's doing that, I want to shout out to John Cosper.
Yes.
He wrote the book We Are Grindhouse, which features one Ethan Heyre. I have been reading it since I bought it, and it's a great match. I was there that night you won that title.
Great read. The Ring General's title?
Ladder match.
Oh,
yeah, the
yeah.
Ring General was in the ladder match.
Yeah, that was another really special one.
Okay, thank you.
That one was really special to me too. The first Ring General's ladder match I wasn't even supposed to be in to crown the inaugural champion, and I ended up in it, and it kind of solidified my spot on the Grindhouse roster. And then a year later, the people got so behind my chase for the title, and then we had all of these other contenders stepping up that we ended up with a second ladder match, and to be able to actually win it and pull that title down.
He did you hella dirty.
He really did, man.
He did you hella dirty.
He really did.
Larry D betrayed him as well.
Yeah, we were cool. So Larry trained my trainer, Reverend Ronnie Roberts. I knew Larry before I ever got to share a ring with him. I met him pretty quick after I got into wrestling, just because I'm over at Rev's house all the time, and Larry comes over every now and then for like a holiday or something.
Yeah.
And so like I've gotten to like share meals with Larry and sit around the table with him and stuff. And then we got to tag together at Grindhouse, and like that was super cool and special for me. And then he betrayed me again. But we finally got to settle the score at Summer Sweatfest. That's what this is hyping up. This is like the hype promo.
Yep, to get your clap back.
But yeah, you can see he really messed me up on multiple occasions. And essentially was trying to tell me, and I realized now after the fact, after the match and all that, what he was trying to do. But he was telling me that I didn't belong in this business, that I was too small for wrestling, that I should have stayed on the other side of the guardrail, yada, yada, yada. And I realized after we had our match what Larry was trying to do, because I was able to get the win in that match. I beat Larry D, which is still insane to me.
Yep.
The legendary Larry D, that I was able to get that win one-on-one. And after the match, he told me, and he told the whole arena, that was the day that Ethan Heyre became a professional wrestler. And in that moment, I realized what those last 6 months had been all about. It was tough love. It was Larry trying to show me what I'm in for in this business, being somebody like me, and trying to figure out if I really had what it took to be able to take all of that and keep going higher. And then winning that match, I think, proved to Larry that I could do that, and proved to the world that I could do that at that level, because Larry's been around for a very long time, and he's been, he was in TNA, he's been all over. So to beat somebody the caliber of Larry D, I think solidified a lot, not just in terms of beating somebody the stature of Larry D, but beating somebody both the stature and the caliber of Larry D as a performer, the weight that his name carries in the business. I think all of that put together really helped.
That
put me
is
over the edge.
very special because that is a legendary figure from the MWAAK,
Yeah.
the Mountain Wrestling Association, which went on to do PTW,
Yeah.
which went on to do Impact.
Yep.
So you beating him was solidifying you as a professional wrestler because to him, you had not yet earned it.
Right.
To him, you had been just creeping on by.
Right. And to be fair, like, maybe he has a point in some, to some degree. Like, I had been lucky enough to have some really big opportunities and stuff, and I had worked with a couple of other people here and there up to that point. Like, I've had a series of matches with Kerry Morton. But somebody with the tenure and the experience of Larry D, and somebody who's just as tough as he is. Like, Larry D's a wrestler's wrestler, you know what I mean?
Yes, he is.
So that's why I kind of understand now why he took the approach that he did with me in, trying to make sure that I was really ready and cut out for what this business holds for somebody like me. Because it is like a very old school mentality of like, all right, kid, if you want it, you gotta be ready to bleed for it. You gotta be ready to hurt for it. You gotta be ready to sacrifice for it, and you gotta be ready to get back up and come back even when it's hurting. And that's what I did, and I think that is where I kind of earned the seal of approval that, like, all right, you're ready for the next step.
That's right. From being inside a music video where you were wrestling there as well, to actually wrestling in a bar with Jake Ratliff.
Yeah,
that is impressive.
Yeah.
What was your experience like?
On the music video or in the bar fight?
The bar fight.
The bar fight? Oh man, so that was something almost totally new to me. I had one other match like that in Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
But this one was like way more than, like, it was a real small space in Asheville. There wasn't a lot of things to use besides, my fists and my legs and a chain that the other guy brought. But against Jacob, like, we were in Jacob's hometown. It was,
I actually saw some clips of that.
Jacob's,
match.
yeah, it was Jacob's environment, man. Like, that's his deal. And he came, like, with all the stuff, all the bells and whistles, all the stops, literally everything but a kitchen sink. Like, wiffle ball bats with bottle caps taped to them, a bag of bottle caps that he slammed me onto, chairs all over the place, plywood doors, or like boards.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was, I think when I really got to experience like what that environment is like. But it was so much fun. Like, Jacob and I are tight. I think we have a healthy competition between each other. But also, like, we both genuinely want to see each other get better, and we help each other out and stuff like that. I said earlier before we went on, Jacob's one of my favorite opponents that I've had. He and I are sibling students. We trained under the same person.
That's right.
So to have that match with Jacob was really cool and really special. He reached out to me personally and was like, hey, I want to have this match, in front of my hometown. This is kind of my jam and all that stuff. I know it's not really your forte, but would you be willing to step up and try it out? And I'm, me, I'm always ready for a challenge. I'm always ready for a fight. So I said, yeah, let's do it. And
damn, Skippy, that's how it gets done.
Yeah, just kind of jumped into the fire, man. And don't get me wrong, Jacob's a tough son of a gun. He busted me up pretty good, but I brought it back, and I feel like it was not only a fun experience, but also like a very telling experience to myself in terms of like what I'm capable of as both a wrestler and just like as a man,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was a really cool experience. I had a great time. There were bands that played afterwards. There was like a whole concert and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, man, wrestling's kind of weird. Sometimes we have the most fun beating up our friends. Like, sometimes our friends are the most fun to beat up. And
that's because your friends
exactly
know you inside and out.
Exactly. And that's kind of what that was with Jacob. It was like, all right, buddy, you're one of my best friends, so yes, I will come and punch you in the face over and over again. Absolutely, I can do that for you.
And that's also what's happening October 18th for KWF. Because there's going to be bands and there's going to be wrestling.
Yeah, it's the WWME Music Hall. Yep. I believe my match is supposed to be the main event. It was going to be a triple threat. Me,
It's definitely gonna be
Omega,
main
and
event.
Zodiac. And we have also now added...
You're looking at the man he's gonna be calling.
Oh,
Your
heck yeah.
match
Ring
as a
announcer.
ring announcer.
That's
I
what's
was-
up.
I was-
So you
I
were
was
practicing. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, we have since added tomorrow night's guest, OG Ugly, to that match.
Nice.
So for those that don't know, and you'll probably find out tomorrow, so I won't tell you too much about it. I'll leave it to him. But OG Ugly is also a rapper.
Oh, wow.
And that is where the OG Ugly like brand and name comes from. That's also why he's such a natural entertainer
What's
in this
up,
business.
Dustin James, the referee.
Dustin James, Purple Zebra. What's up, baby? How you doing, Bob? So what was that? Oh, OG. Yeah. So that's also why he's like such a natural entertainer in this business, is because he's been an entertainer for years and
That's
years. And years.
right.
And so it's my understanding that he's performed at the WWE Music Hall, and I guess they like gave him a championship like of the music hall for like the
Wow.
performers. So OG Ugly is a tried and true main eventer at the WWE Music Hall, and I'm excited to share that match with him in
Hell
that
yeah.
capacity, because that's like his turf, but also like I've been, OG comes from my training school, so I'm excited to be in there with one of our guys at the same time as getting to
Yeah.
share the ring with Omega and Zodiac, because Omega,
Exactly.
I've always loved the handfuls of opportunities that I've gotten to cross paths with Omega in matches. Even though we only ever get like a moment or two in the ring
Yeah.
together, but I'm excited to be in there with Omega, and I've never gotten to share the ring with Zodi, and I am very, very excited for that too. So
And that's
that
also
match is gonna be a lot of
special.
fun. Yeah, exactly. So
Because it's not just wrestling, it's also rock and metal music with Nick Himes and them.
it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
And I did not realize that WMME until now was actually someone's brand.
Yeah,
Until I saw his picture.
yeah. I didn't either. I thought it was just the name of the hall.
I did too. And then it caught me by surprise when I saw the masked man with behind. I think it was Jake Ratliff. No, it was OG Ugly that they sent that picture with. I was like,
Oh yeah.
oh, so that's WMME.
Yeah.
Woo. You learn something new every day in wrestling.
Right?
Especially in music.
Yeah.
But here we see you on this telly doing some triple threat action from April of this year.
Oh yeah. This was over
Did you
at
just say on the telly?
Yeah.
on the telly.
Wow, Johnny. That's a good one. That's,
Peace up and have another.
This was
don't ever do that.
House of
Please
Heat.
stop.
But
You're
where
not
was this
British.
from?
Superfly Johnny Day, get it, bro.
You
this
stop
was
too.
from-
No. My gosh.
This
Why
was,
you gotta hate?
This
We're
was,
not hating.
Have you met me? Like,
Okay.
be so for real.
Okay, that's fair.
it's the gimmick. Yeah, this
It's
was,
not a gimmick. It's really hard.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute that you think that.
It was more of a figure of speech, but
It is so adorable that you think that about me.
I think she'd have to go down for it to be an actual gimmick.
That's
She has to bring it down a notch.
that's usually how it goes.
It's too
though.
much work.
Fair.
What's the point of playing a character when I can just be myself and still make people mad? The
That's
fuck?
right.
Exactly.
She's got a point.
When she put that pizza in my face, her whole family was like, her mom called her. We're talking after the thing. Her mom called her. First words out of her mom's mouth was, I will
About to beat
beat
your
your
ass.
in that cadence, in that tone. I start laughing. She goes, she's like, Sean looked legitimately pissed off. And I'm like, it's acting. It's wrestling.
bit.
We're
Yeah.
working it.
Here's the
It's a
thing,
work.
Mom's not even mad that I did it because she was here for the whole thing. She said she knew at the beginning that I was gonna do some stupid shit.
But
She
didn't
was
think
mad
you-
that I targeted Sean.
Oh, okay.
because we've known each other for years.
Right.
Well, you didn't really know how Johnny would react or Joe.
No.
So I was the easiest target. It's
Fair.
like
Yeah.
Plus, I've been bullying you for like
ever since you met me.
exactly. So You
But
already
no,
know.
literally, I go to the bathroom. She's going downstairs to get the pizza, and she goes, "Sean, come give me a hand with this pizza." All right. I go to get the pizza. She goes, all right, I'm going to put a piece of pizza in your face. I'm like,
What?
all right.
So she called that herself. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, she called
the
it.
wrong spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, called it on the spot. I
what's up.
just went, see you.
That's what's up.
But on the way upstairs, on the way back, she is like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Like, part of me really was sorry because I know that shit was hot,
It
man.
was hot as fuck.
But do I regret doing it?
Hell no.
no. Would I do that shit again?
Hell
yes.
Spoken like a true heel.
Shit.
Hey, Drew Dillinger goes, if it's pizza, is it really bullying?
That's right,
I don't
Drew.
know because I
That's
fucking
right.
hit him hard.
Drew's spitting facts right now, bro.
Speaking of which, Drew Dillinger,
Take that
you
pizza.
are featured
Give me
in
that.
the We Are Grindhouse book, sir.
He is.
Is there any wrestlers I know in that book?
There's the Deaf World Order.
Oh,
Ethan Hine.
shit.
Yep. DWO. They're the current Grindhouse Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah, Berto. Yeah.
Berto. Yep.
Ethan Hire right there.
We don't give a shit about him.
Hey, now.
I'm joking. Shit.
Cash Jackson.
Cash Jackson.
Do I know him?
He was at the KWF show we were at.
He was
last
wrestling
He wrestled
Austin Diamond.
Austin
Ah,
Diamond.
He was in that
okay,
triple
okay.
threat
Somebody
match.
else. Yeah. I don't remember who the other one was.
Yeah, I don't know none of these other people.
It's fine. Kivo Thrives, I think, on the cover.
Kivo Thrives.
Kivo
I love that you
Thrives
call
is right
him
next
that
to you on the
because I
cover.
call him that as a joke. Like I was telling you guys earlier, sometimes I mispronounce people's names as a rib. Kevo is the primary.
Drew Dillinger said
Suspect.
front and cover on the center.
That's right.
Center on the,
He
that's
is, right
right.
there.
That
Yeah.
is not what he said. He said front and center on the cover.
Yeah.
Can you read today?
I can read.
You sure about that?
Yes.
All right.
He's got a. Hey, you are not one
Awesome.
to talk if he's got a little bit of dyslexia. You are not one to talk, young lady.
First of all, who you pointing your finger at?
You.
You gonna regret that
You
shit.
gonna get another pizza.
You gonna regret that shit.
Anywho, yeah. So, and I'm not being asked to plug this book. It's that with Ethan here, I've just realized I've been reading it. Figured I'd show it off because it is a very good book
It
about
is.
Grindhouse Pro
It's a good
Wrestling.
read. Another shout out to John Cosper, Eat Sleep Wrestle books. He is the author of that book, and you can also go to his website eatsleepwrestle.com to buy this book and plenty of other wrestling books that he has written. John's great. Love John.
That's
He even
right.
wrote the book on Larry D.
He did. He wrote the book on Larry D. He co-wrote a book on Chris Candido that he actually
I got that
linked to
book.
me. Yeah.
as well.
Nice.
He's got all kinds of good reads. John's a fantastic author, and he does so much justice to our business.
Sure does.
And that Grindhouse book is a very
And
special
there's
project.
yet another match with you and Gaston LaRue.
This is from Bullpen Pro Wrestling.
Yep. This was the Conquest Championship tournament I was talking about earlier, so I'm pretty much good to go by this point. We had two where I was going in at less than 100% with an injured shoulder and all that.
Oh, wow.
But by this point, I'm pretty much good to go. I think this was the latest of our singles matches. Of our singles matches alone, we've had 6.
Yeah.
That's not accounting for all the scrambles and multi-mans and tag team
Right.
matches and stuff that we've been a part of against each other.
It's kind of like Batman
That's right.
and Joker.
Yeah.
Destined to do that forever.
Exactly.
As I said
Kind of
earlier.
like how Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, whatever, are bound to somehow mirror each other, follow each other wherever
Yeah.
they go. That's what's going to happen with, I feel, in my heart, in my gut, that Ethan Heyre and Gaston LaRue, they're going to follow each other everywhere. It's kind of like
I think so, too.
Steamboat and Flair.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think so too, and I feel like it's already started to kind of end up that way.
Yeah.
You're the Joker to his Batman.
Or he's the Batman to his Joker.
I'm Batman.
Or he's Two-Face. I mean,
There we
think
go.
about it.
Either way it goes.
Again, we don't want to do the Christian
guys are
Bale
gonna
type Batman
take
voice
this-
because it's
You guys could almost just go out there and not even know the finish and just be like, all right, we'll just call it.
No, yeah.
y'all
and
don't even need a ring.
We
Just go
have.
out there and fight each other.
We have on some occasions been like, all right, well, we'll just figure it out, you know. I'll go out there and be ready for his stuff. He's gonna be ready for my stuff. We've wrestled each other so many times. I know how to handle this situation.
Exactly.
That just shows that you and him wrestle each other so much to the point that y'all now have each other locked in.
And I'm not even going to lie. Your referee
Dallas Edwards.
Dallas Edwards.
Drew Dillinger said,
Shout out Dallas
Heyre
Edwards.
versus Gaston in WrestleMania 53.
Sir,
That would sell.
I will.
I will sell.
That will sell tickets.
Book it. Triple H, if you're watching, book it. Book it.
That's right.
We'll sell it out. Sell it out. Put me up. Make me the champ.
That's right. Make him the champion, and
That's right.
Gaston Leroux goes in to go after it. And
Or I
there
just
you
beat him
see.
for the championship.
Oh, here
Either
comes the
one.
classic. Nope, never mind. Gaston was going for something different.
What?
Usually, that's what he goes for when he hits you with that super kick and that running Liger bomb.
Yeah, I think he knew it was a little early for that one to put me away, so he was going to try something else, but it didn't quite work out for him.
You scouted it and was like,
And then you
I
hit him
am.
with a hurricanrana.
nice.
But see, that just shows that you two know each other inside and out.
Exactly.
Like the back of a book cover.
We
You
really
know
do,
exactly
What
what
the
it's
hell
going to
is
get
that?
you. Just
Hated him
him
in.
up.
That's what that was.
And
I
then he
wanted
stomps
him to
his
come
foot.
at me.
I mean, he stomps his hands.
So I could kick him in the face. Pow!
As a setup to kick old
I
dude.
set him up. He was playing checkers. I was playing chess.
That's right. But that's his fault because he's walking into it.
Exactly.
He should have been on his A game when it came to intelligence that day.
Yep. Look, thinks he's got
And
me
now,
again.
look,
Nope.
he
Pow!
walked
Eat
himself
that
right
buckle.
into that.
He really did. And now I'm going to walk myself all over his back.
That's right. See, he could
You
avoid
weren't
that if
trying
he'd
to
been
hurt
paying
him.
attention.
His back. I heard him mentioned in the locker room. His back was hurting.
Oh,
Be like,
yeah.
Well, I'll help you out with that.
Yeah.
Now I will give him credit here.
Oh!
He scouted that and he hit you
So
with a dragon
that-
screw.
He did.
Is a move. The dragon screw on the ropes.
Yeah.
He made up for his miscalculation earlier. And he caught back with the kick and the grabbing of the leg and
He did. That's what I'm saying, man. Gaston.
It's the
again,
game of human chess.
Exactly. To his credit, as much as I hate to admit it, he's crafty, he's intelligent, and he's capable in the ring. You know, and
I've been
Imagine
impressed with
complimenting
him.
your opponents.
it.
I could never.
I mean, sometimes you just have to acknowledge what you're up against because you have to know, like, you can't. If you sell them short mentally, you're already gonna lose.
That's
Because,
right, you may lie.
Especially when you're at a spot like I am, where you're pretty much constantly punching up. So, like,
You got to always stay humble.
But
You
that's why
can't
I-
just
but that's why I have my opponents scouted because you know
exactly.
I know what they're capable of, but I also know what I'm capable of, and they might be here, but what I'm out to prove is that they can be here, but I'm here,
That's right.
higher.
Higher than them. That's what it's all about. Because if you don't praise your opponent, you're gonna slip up and they're gonna catch you off guard with a roll up, and the roll up is the damnedest finish of all professional wrestling because no
Exactly.
one can kick out of it.
Well, yeah, except when they do.
And when they do,
Except
it's
when they do.
but when they do, it's only because it was done early.
It wasn't the finish. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It wasn't the finisher roll up. It was just a regular roll up.
That's right,
So-
because the finisher roll up is a whole lot worse because once they get you, you ain't kicking out of that
Exactly.
bad boy.
Exactly.
And so many have fallen for that.
Yep.
I've seen-
Gaston. I
Yeah.
beat Gaston with a finisher roll up one time.
That's right. He couldn't kick out because
Nope.
it was the finisher version.
Yep, he had to get the entire decision reversed. The Ben Chamberlain talking about, oh, it's only a submission match. You can't win by pinfall.
But then that was after the
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. Because he never did address it as a submissions only match.
No,
He
I-
only said that you two were gonna fight each other for one fall.
To this day, I have my suspicions that was even a real thing and not just something he made up after he saw that Gaston lost
He did have an
to try
ego
and
trip.
cover their ass. Yeah.
He was on an ego power trip that time. And he was make sure that matches ended his fay.
Damn, that looked like it hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
it did.
I fucking bet.
Getting dropped on your neck never feels good by any stretch.
It don't. Especially
I
in
don't
the
know, 'cause
Liger
I've never
bomb.
been.
And the Liger bomb is not
Oh,
it's nothing
yeah,
that you
man.
can't sell short either because once he hits it, that has to hurt.
Yeah. He got me with that at Gen Next in that scramble match I was talking about. And he didn't beat me with it, but it did take me a little longer to recover from than I had hoped for and ended up giving Aaron Williams the opening to take that win.
Yep.
So,
And it does jar you because he's hit you
does.
with it several times. He's hit you at EWA. He hit you with it during the Iron Man match that y'all went through, 30 minutes.
yep. One fall that match, not Iron Man. Iron Man is multiple falls over the course of a set 30-minute time limit. We had a one fall match, and we just were so on our game that night that we ended up.
That's why I keep on calling it Iron Man, because it's 30 minutes.
Yeah, we just ended up just getting down like that night. Like, we were both just that ready, main event title on the line.
And you got Liger bombed into the guardrail.
I don't know if he bombed me into the guardrail. I did get thrown
he might have thrown you into
I did get thrown into the guardrail on multiple occasions. But he did hit me with that Liger bomb, and he almost got me, but I had more in the tank. That night, especially, I feel like I was just really fired up, man. It's like everything he had. Liger bomb, pile drivers, the running knee.
And he would not shake your hand after you won.
No, and I think it's telling of the rivalry between me and Gaston,
of his character.
I do have some respect for his ability. Now his character is another story.
Yeah.
But we're never going to be the best of friends or anything like that. We're different people with different philosophies and different approaches. Yeah.
I mean, all you had to do was shake your hand, and that could have been the end of it. But
could have been. But
what the Gaston want to do? He wants to prove that he is better than you, and no matter where it is, if he sees you inside Battle World, he's gonna eliminate himself just so he can beat your ass.
Yep.
And if he does get eliminated, he's still gonna beat your ass because he's always got you locked into his eyes.
Yeah.
That's why he got eliminated.
Exactly, and I think that's why he got so upset in that Rumble. As soon as he came out, I think we both felt it, just all those emotions rushing back after not crossing paths since I had beaten him for the title. And I think that was still weighing on his mind, too, the fact that he lost the Heritage Championship to me and kind of had to go away and find himself again.
And you could tell that throughout that match, his head was not inside the game of winning.
And then I eliminated him. And I think that just brought all of that stuff boiling up, and he just snapped.
And he made sure that he was going to make sure that you remembered
to
this day that Gaston Leroux is the man that would not let you get a win no matter what.
Well, we'll see about that. I've beaten him before. I can definitely do it again, whether he lets me or not.
Exactly. Because irrelevant. He may be obsessed with you, but he's got to remember this. Obsession does not always mean that you're going to win. Obsession is just something that's going to be a calculated downfall for yourself because you're basically focused on even higher, but not you're focused on yourself.
Exactly. And I think that's what did him in that Rumble match. He was able to use it to his advantage in some of these matches that we've had since then. But again, it's a mental game. Sometimes you gotta focus less on the battles and more on winning the war.
That's right.
And Gaston may have more battles in this rivalry, but I think I'm leading the war.
That's right. And his obsession with you is what's going to keep on leading him to ruin.
Exactly.
Because all he wants to do is prove that he's better than you, but all it's doing is getting him out of the game. Because he could have won that Rumble.
He could have.
But his head was not inside the game. That's why you were able to eliminate him. Yeah. Because he was not focused. He was not seeing the bigger picture.
Exactly.
He was only seeing that singular view of even higher.
Exactly.
And that cost him dearly.
It did. I think he's been working to get his eyes back on the prize lately, but now he's been caught up with Party Mike recently. Party Mike just beat him at the last show.
And Party Mike is no longer known as Party Mike.
Yeah, he is just Mike Howard.
Yep.
The king of bar fight style.
And he said that he has killed effectively
I believe
Mike.
It.
The party is over.
I believe it. Mike, as fun as he was as Party Mike, he has also always been this lethal. And I think Mike is now kind of realizing that he has to tap into that more if he wants to be the top dog.
Exactly, because he's got to be on his A game from here on out. Because at the last show, he fought your old rival, Gaston Leroux.
Yeah.
And they had a hell of a brawl because it was not a regular match. It was not just anything. They were beating the piss out of each other.
Yeah. Yeah, they were. And Mike, I know, has always had issues with Gaston as well. It's something that Mike and I bond over, our shared hatred of Gaston Leroux. But, Gaston became, just like he had been focused on me for so long, he became really, really focused on, on trying to take out Mike for a good while there. And
that's true.
See how that panned out for him. He got beat last month. So, You know, I don't know. Gaston, I feel like, although he's found himself more since coming back, I also think that there's just something not quite right with him these days in the head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think
Here's a wrench for you.
quite all there anymore.
You versus Mike Howard.
That would be good. I've only ever teamed with Mike. Well, I've wrestled Mike in multi-man scenarios. I wrestled him in the gauntlet match for the Best of the Elite Cup a couple years ago, and then I wrestled him and Gaston in that 4-way for the inaugural EWA Heritage Championship. But other than that, I've only ever shared the ring with Mike on the same side. We've usually been on the same team, tagging together or something. So to actually get to have a real one-on-one match with Mike Howard, that very much intrigued me. I'd be very interested.
Especially with how he is now, 'cause he's no longer Party Mike.
Yeah.
When you teamed up with him and was having those matches, he was Party Mike.
Party Mike. It was a different animal. You know, he gave me a little assist at the Pioneer Festival. When we had a show for EWA at the Pioneer Festival, he gave me a little assist against the BSB there, and I returned the favor. But I haven't gotten to work with him in the ring as Mike Howard yet.
Exactly.
So I'm very much intrigued by that possibility as well.
And that's something that I think that you excel at, is whenever you get that chance to fight guys like Mike Howard, guys like Gaston Leroux, guys like Larry D himself. It motivates you. It shows that you are capable, because when you fought Mike Montana, even though Michael Montana was only 6 months into this business, the man came off like he'd been inside this business for damn near 20 years, because he was giving it to you and you was giving it to him. That, I think, proves your ability inside the ring, because you and him, y'all were tearing it up. And I expect bigger things to happen for you in the KWF tournament.
Thank you. And that's why I want to win that KWF tournament and become KWF heavyweight champion, so that I can continue to prove myself against people like that. You know, being KWF heavyweight champion draws challenges like that, brings people like that to me to test myself against and defend that title against.
That's
right.
right.
If I got that title, you know, that's a target that everybody's going to take aim for, and I want them to take aim for it. Because I want to shut each and every shot down.
Plus, there's so many people that you can go after. There's guys like Jacob Ratliff. There's guys like Frank the Tank.
Exactly.
That'd be a hell of a match right there. You from Heyre versus Frank.
Exactly. Ooh. Another giant that I could test myself against.
So many great names.
And those are the challenges that being KWF heavyweight champion would bring to me. It's the same at EWA. The EWA championship, like, I want to become EWA champion because it takes the title back for the roster, because the Ben Sheeran brand has been trying to hold the entire company hostage through both of their tenures in power. And with the Ben Sheeran brand in power, it puts a ceiling over anybody that the Ben Sheeran brand doesn't want to succeed.
Exactly.
So if I become EWA champion, not only do I remove that power from the Ben Sheeran brand, but I give that opportunity to the rest of the roster. You know, when I was EWA Heritage champion, I was laying down open challenges for the title, the Higher Standard Heritage Open Challenge.
That's right.
You know, I was able to give spotlights to guys like Jacob Ratliff and Adrian Alexander, and you know, and so becoming EWA champion, I'd be able to do the same thing and also test myself and prove myself as the top tier at EWA. But these are things that the Ben Sheeran brand won't allow to happen as long as they're in power and as long as they have control of the championship, because they have their vision of what they want business to look
like. And I have a sneaking suspicion that Ben Sheeran had been planning for months to get rid of Berto and Hippo, because I find it funny that Jordan Cage and Bobby Blade played a role in helping to extradite him from the commissioner role.
That's what I'm saying, man. It was clearly a symbiotic business relationship where Ben Sheeran gets Jordan Cage and Bobby Blade to help him get Berto out of power. And remove him from the equation at EWA. And in return, the Ben Sheeran brand gives Jordan Cage and Bobby Blade the easy path to the EWA Heritage Championship.
Which also
and the insurance policy to make sure that he keeps it.
And it also says that Chris Crow may have also done a deal with the devil, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, that's he literally, everybody saw it. He went out in the middle of the money grab ladder match as we were about to get started, attacked one of the participants, threw a hissy fit about the fact that he lost the Heritage Championship to a better man.
Fair and square.
Fair and square. He got knocked out in a fight by a better fighter for his Heritage Championship, and then he whined, cried, and complained to Ben Sheeran at ringside until Ben Sheeran gave him Cash Atkins a spot, because what's Cash Atkins going to do? Chris Crow just threw a temper tantrum all over his knee with a steel chair.
Exactly. Chris Crow was just waiting. And when that tells me right there that Ben Sheeran also brought him into the pocket. And we won't know until maybe later that that's the case, because all of the sneakiness that they do makes them simply dangerous, because you don't know who else could Ben Sheeran brand have been there. We know that's not going to be guys like Alex Angel and the guys that was there before, because those guys walked away.
Yep. Alex Angels walked away. Clayton Cannon has since retired. Gaston got booted after he lost to me. I haven't seen Bomani or JR Rock affiliate with the Ben Sheeran brand.
That's right.
Since last year's Hardcore Havoc. But there's a new regime now where I guess Ben Sheeran's figured, all right, well, Plan A didn't work. Time for Plan B.
And I have a sneaking suspicion that Plan B will also fail just as bad as Plan A did.
Oh, I'm going to make sure it will. Because
they forget, you got to kill the man to stop the man.
Exactly. And Ben Sheeran brand learned all last year that they couldn't kill me. So this year it's been a lot of the same, but I'm expecting the same result.
Exactly.
It's been a lot of having the Ben Sheeran brand or somebody else trying to stop me and trying to keep me down and trying to prevent me from posing the threat that I do to every championships rankings, to the Ben Sheeran brand's power, but I keep coming.
Exactly. Because that's what you got to do against guys like Ben Sheeran. You got to keep on coming at them, because you can't just stop.
Exactly.
Because the moment that you do stop will be the moment that they think that they have one over on you.
Exactly.
And when they do, it's over with. They'll do whatever they can to stop you from having every opportunity that you've been after for that championship opportunity.
Yeah, man, and they're trying to just do whatever they want at EWA, and I can't stand for that.
Exactly.
We've got a roster of guys that deserve a fair opportunity to shine and be the superstars that they are. We've got guys that are fighting for spots at EWA that, like, as long as the Ben Sheeran brand is around, they're only going to get so far, because if they don't fit the Ben Sheeran's vision of what he wants business to look like, then he's just going to extort his power to make sure that they can't reach it.
That is what he's been doing.
Exactly.
Ever since 2023, Ben Sheeran has been looking for a reason to do whatever the hell he wants. When he finally took over in 2024 and was going after guys like you, it's because he thought that he saw easy targets. He thought that he saw easy marks. Exactly. And Omega was a victim of this. Yeah. Because Omega lost his title, and would you believe it? The same night that you returned to EWA, Omega turned his back on the fans because he attacked Cash Atkins. I don't know what that is. I think that he blames Cash Atkins for why he lost, but at the same time, I think that what it was that Ben Sheeran got into his head.
I think, yeah. I don't know that Omega's running with the Ben Sheeran brand.
Yeah.
Omega's.
I don't think that what I mean by that is manipulation tactic.
Well, I've known Omega for a good little while now. Omega and I were on the same side of the battle lines when it came to fighting the Ben Sheeran brand last year. But I think that maybe the frustration of losing the title the way that he did to the Ben Sheeran brand is getting to him. I think the pressure of the fact that EWA is in the state it is now is getting to him. I mean, I know if it were me in Omega's shoes, I kind of had to fight with this myself, just watching the Ben Sheeran brand take over, that, like, we did all this work to take him down, and now they're back. Is it our fault? Did we not do enough? And I'm sure that Omega feels that worse than anybody, because he lost the EWA championship, and I think maybe that guilt and that pressure has kind of gotten to his head, and I think he snapped. I think he's having a hard time coping with it.
Unfortunately,
and he feels like he's got to do what he's got to do to get back to the top and make things right. And unfortunately, I think Cash was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And Cash tried everything they could to help Omega in that match. But here's the thing, too, is that Jordan Cage and Ben Sheeran, they were just too clever, because Bobby Blade's also out there You didn't need Ben Sheeran to help out because Bobby Blade, he's always got his best friend, the whole wide world's back.
But it shows that he clearly did need it against Omega because, you know, Omega was the champion for a reason. Omega's one of the toughest and one of the baddest dudes that we've got, not just in EWA but around the whole area.
Damn, Skippy.
So, you know, of course Jordan Blade needed a little extra help to get the job done against Omega. Of course he needed not just Bobby Blade, but he needed the insurance that the Ben Sheeran brand can provide, not just around ringside, but on the business side, on the political side, the insurance that they can give him, you know, as far as ensuring that he's able to not only secure the EWA championship, but maintain the EWA championship.
Exactly. Because that's what Ben Sheeran's been trying to do.
Yeah.
He's trying to cause problems for the EWA roster because the frustration showed from Omega. Thankfully, it didn't show for you because you're still motivated to taking them down. You're still in the game.
Exactly. And not to say that Omega's not still in the game too, but I think, I think the situation has gotten to Omega's head to where,
that's right.
In his mind, I'm sure he does feel that he's still fighting the good fight. You know, I'm sure he wants to get back to the top and become EWA champion again.
It's a whole new
to
attitude.
kind of make things right and feel like he's the man that he says he is again. But for me, it's, I don't know, man. I take a different approach. I understand where Omega's coming from, but I don't know that I agree with his actions.
Yeah.
You know, I've been kind of feeling like I've been in the same spot since the Ben Sheeran brand came back to EWA, came back into power at EWA.
I have faith that you're going to be able to stop it.
Yeah, I've been just buckling down and grinding twice as hard, and finding every avenue that I can to just chip away at him until I take out that foundation again, and then take the rest of them down again. You know, we've been here before, man.
That's right.
We've been here before, Omega. We've been here before, and we can we know how this ends.
And plus, at Grindhouse, you got the opportunity to try to go for that .com championship, and you're being kept from it by Smooth because he doesn't want to wrestle you.
Exactly.
That has to sting because you want to wrestle him. You want to capture that.
Oh, absolutely. It's funny that Cruz. This all started really when Cruz cost me the Ring Generals Championship.
Yep.
And I think he did that just as a way to create some buzz for himself.
Exactly.
He knew that I was generating more buzz than anybody at Grindhouse Pro Wrestling at the time, and he wanted to get in on that and try to make a name for himself at my expense. So he cost me that title. And then, we fought and fought and fought the rest of the year after that, and both ended up finding ourselves in the running for the WeAreGrindhouse.com championship. But 2 matches that we had together, both challenging at the same time for the .com championship, that Cruz couldn't get the job done. And then I move on to legendary Larry D and trying to prove myself against that and really earn my stripes in this business. And Cruz finally then is just barely able to get his hands on the .com title. He's been .com champion since February, but what has he done for that .com championship?
Exactly. What has he done?
I defended the Ring Generals Championship more times in 2 months than he's defended in his entire reign as WeAreGrindhouse.com champion. And in the last 2 months, since Summer Sweatfest, Cruz has defended his title 0 times. In 2 months, I defended the Ring Generals Championship 5 times across 4 different states.
Hell yeah.
Across 4
what
different
has Smooth
states.
done?
And in the last 2 months that Cruz has not been defending his WeAreGrindhouse.com championship,
He's sit on his ass.
I've been wrestling Hornswoggle. I've been wrestling the Rock and Roll Express. I've been wrestling for Juggalo Championship Wrestling. And it's funny that I came out for that Battle Royal 3rd. The only guy that beat me to the punch to the curtain was OG Ugly. He drew number 2.
Yep.
But I came out right after that. I was in there from the jump. And then somewhere along the way, halfway through, I guess Too Smooth Cruz decides, Ethan's on to something. I want to get on JCW. I'm going to follow Ethan's footsteps and come on out to that Battle Royal.
That's right.
So good job, Cruz. You got that one, but you needed to follow me to get there.
Exactly.
Which is kind of the recurring trend of the story between you and me. You following right behind me always right here, and you always just a step below. So, yeah, I think over the last 2 months, I've proven that I would be a better representative of the WeAreGrindhouse.com championship and
exactly.
a better a better man to.
I mean, all he's
carry
doing
the
is sitting
public
on his
banner of
ass and
Grindhouse.
doing talk shows rather than
Exactly.
wrestling.
Exactly, and the world already knows, you know, what I can do carrying a championship, carrying the banner of Grindhouse Pro Wrestling in the public eye like that across the media and all that. So, and in the last 2 months, I've proven, without even carrying the championship, what I can do for the Grindhouse brand.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Eli Cruz has done absolutely zilch with the .com championship
That's
since
right, he
barely
ain't.
successfully defending it at Summer Sweatfest. So it makes sense to me that Cruz is ducking defending the championship because he
Yep.
already knows how that's going to go. But at the same time, dude, like, if the pressure's that bad, just bite the bullet, rip the Band-Aid off, and let me get it off of you real quick. Just get
That's
it over
right.
with so
Wrestle.
that we can have a real champ who can really represent Grindhouse and really take this whole brand even higher.
Why
That's
is it
right.
I see Dale Bass in that video, and he doesn't look out of place there, but yet
I know,
he's
right?
totally out of place.
He doesn't look it, but he probably sounded it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this was definitely a metal crowd,
Yeah.
and Dale's here giving the. Yeah, you see, you hear the monotone delivery of Dale. God love him, Dale Bass,
I
but
love him.
this crowd did not know what to make of Dale Bass.
Yeah.
They didn't. This is the no ring match here too,
Yes, this was another very special match for me.
and that's a nice floor to be suplexed on.
Oh yeah, that felt great.
I bet that
picked
was
up the
something that was a dream
sarcasm
come
there.
true though. But I think that's what you need though, something that you hadn't done except for one time.
Yeah.
So bringing it back was something that helped you out on getting tougher.
Absolutely. You know, Jacob presented me with an opportunity for the EWA Heritage Championship, and he presented me with an opportunity to dip my toes into something that I had really only, like, just sort of experimented with.
Yeah.
And it gave me an opportunity to test myself and level myself up as a competitor. And as a man, you know, because it's different wrestling in an environment like this compared to wrestling in a ring.
Exactly. Because usually you're inside ring, protected by ropes and
ring,
all that.
Yeah, that ring don't feel good either, but it's, you know.
Not to mention the crowd is also
the
not
element.
behind barricades.
Right, yeah. Which I'm sure you'll see at some point how that comes into play.
Dale Bass
Here
doing
soon.
your little hand gesture.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
man.
it.
This is over, baby. Yeah, it was a really, really unique experience and opportunity. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. It was definitely something that I felt like I needed, and I felt like
And check
a better
Ratliff's right
competitor
at
coming out
home
of this
with it
match.
too.
Exactly.
Compared to you, this is right up his alley.
Yeah, this is what he does. So to be able to show that I can hang with somebody like Jacob in his hometown, on his home turf, in a fight
Exactly.
like this.
Wait, was that John Falang? That looked like
No,
John
that
Falang.
wasn't Slicky Jack.
Well, it looked like him. But this is something that I noticed. They showed me the videos. I watched it. Y'all were beating the hell out of each other.
Oh yeah, man.
I swear.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see, immediately it kind of heated. Just the environment. Like, you know, like I said, me and Jacob are boys. We're friends and we're tight and all that
That's
stuff.
right.
But you
And like,
get in an environment like this, you just get hyped up. You got the title on the line.
And like Dale Bass says, he didn't know a damn thing about the music or bands there.
No,
And
no, he didn't.
He left immediately after the match.
Yeah, he did. Like, quite literally, like, bell, and then Dale was gone. Like,
Yep. Dale's like, nope, I'm not
That was
sticking around
probably
for
like
this.
having somebody, all right, God damn.
Oh. And that, look at this.
It's so wrong to say it, but I love watching people just snatch you up like that. It's so fucking funny to me. Oh my gosh.
They picked him up.
it tends
and
to happen a lot. That's why I gotta find creative ways like that to get out of
Oh.
that situation.
Nice bats.
Figure it out. You just
Wiffle
jack me up.
ball
I gotta go for the wiffle ball
bats.
bats.
That's right.
Gotta go for the bottle caps.
Pot
You just-
hands.
Jack
That's
me up.
right. Oh, he just smacked a pan across your head.
He did.
Oh,
Not in that time.
the bottle cap to the gut doesn't feel good.
Those bottle caps don't feel good at all.
Not even across the back. But this was how the no ring, no anything is. This is violence at its best.
Yeah.
Because y'all were definitely taking it to each other.
Oh yeah.
And this
See, look,
is
you got
all,
Doesn't look like that. Looks
Buckets?
like it's Ethan Heyre's living.
oh, look, there's a
That's
Got a
bucket
little silly
too.
with it. Yeah.
Oh, don't hurt the
Hey,
bucket.
it's
He
okay
didn't
to get a
appreciate
little
that.
bit silly during these
Yeah.
matches.
I was having fun. I was
That's
like, man,
right.
this is kind of cool.
Oh,
That didn't
right
feel very
across
cool.
the back.
I know you regretted that.
Yeah, because ball caps hurt like
He
a
just
bitch.
found in on Dale.
And now you stop them. Oh,
Both tried.
Oh.
Got the better of him.
this is what you. Hey, I bet that crowd loved it. Oh, the double. Oh, you didn't have to do him like that, Ethan. You didn't have to do it to him. His hearing just went out, Ethan.
I bet it did.
I think-
He gets it back later. Don't worry.
Hey, that's true.
It looks like he's about to get it back now.
Yep.
Oh, chair to the head. I like his Freddy Krueger shirt that he's wearing.
I did too.
Of course, he chose the shirt for the violent match with no ring.
Exactly.
And now he's going to run up and jump off that chair.
He's gonna try.
Well, don't tell me what happens,
this.
Johnny. Dang.
Surprise!
Just seeing the guy kick the chair.
It's like, yeah, don't-
I don't
keep me
know
out of
why,
this.
It just popped me.
That poor guy.
No, he didn't do nothing. He just like moved the chair over. It's like, yep, nope.
That doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't. It's a metal pie tin.
Now you had to jump over the chair because it was going to slide if you ran over
That
it.
thing stuck to the bag.
I was really looking for
Oh,
the,
God.
the bag
Oh,
of
using the
bottle
bag
caps.
instead.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, this is my best friend. We love each other. I'm gonna choke your ass with the
Their
plastic
video
trash
recording
bag.
it.
I was really looking for the bottle. I was gonna try and spread them on the floor, but I couldn't find them. I had to do something to keep them down.
That's
Yeah,
true. So then he finds him and
Found
says,
it. Found the trash bag. I was like, all right.
Like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he
Somebody
threw
you
the
don't
chair
like,
off
you
you.
In a
know.
fight like this, yeah.
I love you, man. You my boy. Choke
Yeah.
plastic bag.
threw
and the
shoes on
cameraman
that.
completely misses
But I'm
what
telling you, man, you get into an
hit.
environment like this, and it's just
Oh,
like
there's the plastic.
raw
there's the
energy,
bottle
bro.
cap.
There they
Yeah.
are.
you get into an environment like this, it's just like raw energy, dude. Like
The
it just-
bottle cap.
the
She
emotions
looks like
and the
she's
adrenaline.
like, I'm just supervising. Like she's the mom.
Yeah.
She's just there to be there. She don't want to be there to enjoy it. And now the suplex onto.
In
Nope.
hindsight, I shouldn't have tried this.
There you go.
I got a little too big for my britches.
Oh, here we go.
Oh God. Sick.
And that's on the bottle caps and the floor.
Yeah, and it was like mostly hip and like side and ribs. They just
Yeah.
they just stick, dude. Like they're you know, you felt the bottle cap before.
Yeah. They are not good to be feeling. And now you're taking chairs to each other.
Yeah.
Chairs hurt like a bitch. And
Yeah,
right
man,
now,
they're steel.
I would never know.
you might enjoy it though. And now he's sitting down telling you, bring it. Bring it.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
I want to do this little bar
The
fight.
hockey fight.
Yeah.
Now you're going to sit there and just slug it out.
Yep.
Beating the piss out of each other is what y'all doing.
Yeah.
That girl behind you is
Slugging.
enjoying it.
Yeah.
That would be me.
And now you knocked him out of the chair.
Yep.
Oh, he came back with
got
the
me
kick.
Right
I love violence unless it's someone that I like getting hurt.
back.
And then
Exactly.
now he's going for something else.
I think he set up the door at this point, maybe. Or
Nice.
board or whatever.
Now he stepped on your head just to add insult.
Yeah.
So you almost tripping up by knocking into his feet. He's like, you better stay down. Because he's got a violent ideal for you, Ethan
does.
Heyre. Did you think that he was going to set this up and plant you through it?
I didn't, and then when I saw him set it up, I thought, all right, well maybe I can turn it around. Maybe I
That's
got a chance
right.
here. You know, this could be my chance to put him away if I can turn it around on him.
Especially
So I
because
back fisted him with his own
Yep.
shoe.
and then you took him over there.
Yep, this
You're
is
going-
what I was
yep.
talking about. No
Slice
fans
bread
behind the
number two.
barricade. Yeah.
Oh,
No
got
barricade for
it.
the fans.
Yep, and the fans
using
can
him
use-
to get my shit
yep.
off. Yep. I'm using-
Wow.
They
I
kind
need
of
somebody to
reminds me
jump-
of Tyler Black
Need-
when he did it.
Yep. I need something to jump off of to hit this sliced bread. Give me a chest.
You tried to get the win early and he kicked out.
Yep.
He saw what
Yeah,
you
he's
tried
tough,
to do.
man. He's tough. I've beaten guys with that in a ring, and he kicked out of that on a concrete floor. That's
Yeah,
Jacob's
especially.
tough. Jacob's tough.
And Dale Bass just looked like, why am I here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Dale's probably thinking to himself, why the fuck am I here? Well, Dale, you're the only ring announcer that they got, so
Yep.
you pretty much need to be there, Dale, even if you don't know the music in the bands. And now you're in a bad position, Ethan.
Yep.
And right onto the concrete as well.
And that'll do it for me. Jacob Ratliff, better man
Yep.
on that night in that match.
I'm pretty grateful that they actually had the full match on here.
Oh yeah, that's Trippin' Balls is doing Brant Turner.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Trippin' Balls.
That's right, Trippin' Balls. Why ain't we subscribed to him? I rectified that. Trippin' Balls always gets the great action and puts it onto his YouTube channel. You're like, you got lucky. I'll get you next time.
He gave me a good fight, man.
That hug is just you telling him next time, brother, next time. See, you had your hand behind your back. Yeah, it may
Because
have
he put me through a board on the concrete.
Come on now.
It hurt.
I was suspecting that you were saying, no.
My fingers aren't crossed. You can see my hand, Johnny Lee. I don't know why you trying to cast accusations like
I'm
this
just
at me.
saying. I'm just saying.
Johnny, I want to see how
Allegations.
you would handle being
Yeah,
thrown
Johnny.
through a board like that.
Exactly.
Thank
you.
I've had a cardboard box thrown right here into the solar
no.
Oh
plexus.
no, a cardboard box. A whole cardboard
Hey,
box.
Almost broke his
You
rib.
try.
Oh, the
no,
humanity.
No, not the ribs. Right inside this underage part. And let me tell you, it does not feel good to have that edge of that box.
Yeah, now imagine that, but like solid.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
like
And
4 times
pointed.
thicker.
And pointed.
Exactly.
That's not
It
pointed. though.
splinters when it breaks.
It does splinter. Well, actually, concrete does not.
Concrete doesn't, but the wooden board
Where
does.
were we
Yeah, that's true.
talking?
But your hand was on your back. You were in pain.
Exactly.
But you still want your shot.
Yeah.
No way can you tell me, honestly, that you don't want your shot again at him.
I mean, of course I do. Of course I do. But I have all the respect and love in the world for Jacob. You know, he has earned the right to be the EWA Heritage Champion right now. You know, as much as I wanted a rematch against Chris Crow and to get my hands on that title because I never got pinned when I lost that championship. You know, Jacob was gracious enough to put the title up on the line in exchange for me stepping up to this opportunity.
That's right.
So that is much appreciated. I'm sure I'll find my way back to the Heritage title and other championship
That's
goals
right.
at some point. But right now, while I'm setting my sights on the EWA championship, I'm happy to see Jacob have
and
his
not just
time
the
as
EWA
Heritage
championship, but you're also looking for the .com championship
That's
at
right.
Grindhouse.
Yeah,
That's 2 championships that you want, and
I'm
the
looking
KWF
at- yeah.
championship.
yeah. Looking to add a lot of gold to my my shelf in the coming months.
That's right.
Yeah, I just recently started tagging with my buddy Nakeem the Dream over at the Elevate
Ooh.
Pro Wrestling. I'm gonna be there on Saturday.
Nice.
I believe there's word of tag team championships being introduced at some point, so we're trying to start off hot with a dub to try and stake our claim for
It sounds like we
an
got a
opportunity for those.
sounds like we got a tag team for the next tag team tournament.
Yeah, man. I've got me, Gigi Jacobs have been tagging recently. We were supposed to tag at Fantastic League of Wrestling this past weekend. Gigi had prior obligations,
Yeah.
wasn't able to make it, but we did tag up in Michigan recently for New Edge Pro Wrestling. Got a win in that match with my scum dog Dallas Edwards
Hell
in our
yeah.
corner.
Who
Dip-
you've
dipping his
also
toes into
wrestled
the managing.
before.
Yeah, Dallas. People don't know Dallas can wrestle, bro. Dallas is a good wrestler. He's a fantastic referee. He's a good little wrestler too.
I remember that last year you and him was having a wrestling match against each other.
Yep, on the fair shows. And that Mr. Gold fellow that we were watching me wrestle earlier looked
Yeah.
suspiciously similar in build and facial structure to Dallas Edwards as well. I'm not trying to cast any allegations or anything. I'm just saying they
You
look
think
similar.
your scum dog would really
Doppelgangers
do
and
that
stuff
to
like
you?
that. I don't know, man. It's a fair season.
I mean,
Look,
there's a mask.
I did owe him $9 for a funnel cake from the week before. So, I mean, I don't know. Like,
Maybe
But it's all good.
maybe he bought a gold mask and decided, you know what, I will get mine
this.
one
Yeah.
way or another.
Exactly.
But I don't think that owing him $9 means that he should get a mask and come in and
I
fight
don't
you.
fight someone over $9.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You don't know what gas costs on some of these scumdog road
That's
trips,
true.
brother. You know, every dollar counts.
What about Larkin Shell's knife?
Larkin's knife?
Yes.
Oh man, dude. So I felt the knife firsthand at Pro Wrestling Epic. That was a heck of a week for me. So I wrestled Hornswoggle. The day after that, I wrestled Herzog, who was my partner against Hornswoggle. And then the day after that, I wrestled Larkin.
Ooh.
So yeah, that was an interesting match to say the least. Larkin, one of my best friends in the world, and we've trained together for years and all that stuff. So it was fun to finally get to share the ring with her in like a real live match capacity. That was a match that we had both been wanting for a while. But that being said, I'm telling you, bro, you might not be able to see that knife, but you feel it. I don't know if she's just that strong, or if like mind over matter is like that serious that like because she thinks it's there, it's doing that kind of damage, or maybe it really is that. Like, she's had me convinced a couple of times that that's actually a knife, and feeling it go into my stomach and my sternum and my groin at Pro Wrestling Epic, it felt pretty real, bro. It felt like a real knife.
And don't forget, she was before that she was looking for it because of afraid of slaying them.
Well, so she lost the one, still missing, but
oh man,
luckily, Larkin's been able to make some good friends at OVW, and one of those friends was kind enough to gift her a new knife. But the search is still on for knife number 1. There's a small collection now, but we still got to figure out what Freya did with that first one. I have no idea yet. But the second one seems to be just as effective, because I'm telling you, dude, it did me in at PWE. She got me,
and I bet that did not feel good
off of that knife.
Bit.
No, it didn't.
Would you let her stab you again if she had the chance?
Dude, she almost killed me the last time. I don't know, man. Don't get me wrong. I loved wrestling Larkin. Best friend. Lots of fun. But getting stabbed, even if the knife is imaginary, even just the emotional shock to the system, and maybe that's what it's all about. I know the whole hurt people.
She got one up on us.
But yeah, dude, it's a shock when you think you've been stabbed. I don't know, man. I don't know if anybody can really handle that.
Especially when it's a sharp blade, which it is.
Yeah. So getting stabbed, I would try my best not to.
Especially when you're wrestling her.
I'm sure, but I'm sure I've come pretty close to getting myself stabbed on plenty of occasions. It's just you never know with her,
Exactly, because you never know when she's going to pull it out because you can't see it.
Exactly.
She's smart because you can't see it. So when she pulls out to stab you, you better have your eyes peeled, because you never know when her hand's going to just do this number right here.
Exactly.
It's just wild, because Freya Slayer was saying that there's nothing there.
I mean,
then explain how she was able to stab herself by accident and was in pain for weeks on weeks.
Oh yeah, dude. I saw the bandages and everything.
Exactly. So how is it not real?
She was
Freya?
feeling rough.
Exactly.
Rough, but I don't know. Maybe it's. I don't know.
I mean, they're trying to tell us and gaslight us into the thing that's mind over matter. Maybe it's a real knife and we're just acting like we can't see it.
Maybe it is. I know Larkin's emotions are very real to her. So there's definitely something to be said for that. But I think there's also something to be said, now that I've experienced it firsthand, for the fact that she definitely forces you to feel her emotions when you're in the ring, and that goes all the way to the knife. You feel that.
And plus, therapist Larkin and Miss Larkin, Danielle, and you never know which Larkin you're going to get.
Yeah.
Because it could switch up at any moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just something that is great. And I have seen the pictures of Herzog versus you.
Yeah.
Like him picking you up and tossing you around. That must not have felt good.
No, not at all. Herzog's a big dude. I thought I was on his good side. We teamed together against Hornswoggle the day before that.
But he should have told you. Never trust a caveman.
Unfortunately, yeah. And I mean, I guess I did kind of have I did get pinned. Hornswoggle did beat me, but still, dude, that's Hornswoggle. It's not my fault that I got a little overconfident, thinking all right,
exactly.
It's Hornswoggle. I'm gonna get to beat a former cruiserweight champion and stuff.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
be the man and whatever. And I just Freaking Herzog was more worried about putting Eagle Eye through a table. So, like, why is he mad at me for, you know?
Exactly.
So, I had the chance to settle it the next day. And, yeah, it getting tossed around like that wasn't fun. But
Definitely not.
I'm definitely proud of the fight that I put up against Herzog. Because I think a lot of that crowd probably expected things to be just as quick and decisive as it was when he chokeslammed me after the match against Hornswoggle the night before.
Exactly.
But I put up a good fight. Had him reeling. I think if I had another opportunity, I'd be able to cut him down and get it done.
Do you think that you have him scouted after that first encounter?
I think so. I think, you know, I brought a lot to that fight. I brought, you know, as close to my A game as I could, coming off of the match the day before. But I think now that I've actually gotten to experience being in the ring with him one-on-one, I think I know the game plan to be able to actually be able to chop down that giant.
That's
and
right.
Get that win this time.
That shows how smart that you are, because you had that match with him. You scouted everything that he can throw at you. You know that he's going to be trying to pick you up and throw you around.
Yeah.
You know that he's definitely going to be trying to chokeslam you like he did against, all because he blames you for losing the Hornswoggle when he was basically just waiting to put someone else to a table.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know, man. That one, he's an unpredictable cat, that Herzog.
He is, and he is a caveman. They tell you.
Yeah.
Never trust one.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I mean, he doesn't even speak English. There's times.
No, he does.
He does?
He does.
Oh.
He's a poet too.
Oh,
He's a
he's
caveman air
learned.
poet. Yeah.
Oh.
He speaks English.
That's the worst.
But he also speaks tongues, and that's what you got to watch out for.
That's the worst. We've allowed a caveman to learn English.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, he's always known English.
Oh.
Yeah, he is a poet as well.
I'm scared for you now, Ethan.
That's what I'm saying, dude. He speaks English, but he also speaks tongues. So it's not like he's just saying gibberish. Like, he's actually super crazy intelligent, like insane, like psychotically intelligent.
I am worried about your safety, Ethan.
Exactly. But I was able to get the mental edge on him on more than one occasion in that match. So
that shows that, you know, he's intelligent. He can be brought down a peg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. We've learned something new about this caveman. He knows English.
Oh, he knows English.
He knows poetry, and he knows tongue.
Yeah.
And now that explains so much every time I've seen him. Because he's always making us think that he's smaller, but as soon as he stands up, this man looks like he's 8 foot tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a scary thought, because imagine seeing you getting picked up. I got the pictures.
Yeah.
It's no joke. You got picked up.
He had me high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had me up like a whole second of me, like, up in the air.
But here's the thing. You wrestled him once, so now you got it scouted, and you know what to look out for next.
Exactly.
So maybe he made a mistake of taking you too easy. Maybe he took you too lightly.
Maybe.
That match with you and Corey Sparks were watching, that was sick.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
it
man.
is, because Corey Sparks is a badass.
This is a good one. Corey
German
Sparks is
suplexes.
He
This is
can't
a-
talk worth nothing, but
This is a sleeper match of mine. I don't think enough people have seen this match or know about this match, but I felt at the time, and I still feel now, that this is a pretty good little match. Me and Corey. I think me and Corey work well together. I had wrestled him again recently for the same promotion. Actually wrestled him twice. We wrestled once, had another really, really good match, and then later in the night, the promotion Wildfire Pro Wrestling, Wildfire Championship Wrestling, I'm sorry, their heavyweight champion Onyx laid down a bit of an open challenge, and Corey and I both tried to answer that challenge at the same time, so we ended up in a triple threat for the title later in the night.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Corey's a hell of a competitor.
Plus, he's got the German suplexes just like Michael Montana.
Yeah, the Suplex World Tour.
And like I told Michael Montana, could we see him versus Corey Sparks? Here's a
That'd be a good
better
match.
idea.
I'd be
You
interested to see that
versus
match.
Corey Sparks versus Michael Montana in a triple threat.
That would be a hell of a match. I'd be down for that. Now that's a lot of German suplexes. I'm definitely gonna
It
have to
would
watch
be.
my back
Yes.
for sure. And maybe figure out how to like backflip so I can
That's
land
true.
on my feet out of that.
You're going to have to
thing.
learn how to do a handstand, a backflip,
Yeah.
and how to outmaneuver both of
I'm
them,
gonna have
because
to-
that's
yeah.
their favorite move.
I'm gonna have to be like the Dean Malenko of countering the German suplex.
That's right.
in order to survive that match. But I think I can do it. I think I can do it. I've been right there with Michael, and I've been right there with Corey. I think I'd be able to do it.
Exactly. And plus,
I might even be able to German suplex one of them. Who knows?
hey, that's true. I mean, Corey Sparks would be your best bet too. Corey Sparks
probably.
is
Speaking of German suplex.
Probably. Yep.
oh,
Here they come.
that's the one that you have to watch out for right there.
Yeah.
The triple suplex, not the ones that Michael Montana was doing.
He
but
takes them one by
that.
one. Corey will just take you all over.
Yes.
Overwhelm you with them.
And he has been known to ramp them up from 3
Yep.
to 4.
Yeah. Yeah. When the occasion called, he hit 3 on me in both of those matches when we wrestled.
Yep.
The last time we wrestled twice in the same night. He hit me 3 1-on-1, and then he hit
Yep.
me with another 3 during the triple threat.
Yep.
That was a rough night.
That was
a rough night for my next.
6 German suplexes that you took that night.
That was a rough night for my next ski for sure.
But that's how it usually goes in these types of matches. When you go up against an opponent like Corey Sparks, his go-to that he's going to go for is to German suplex you. But if you add Michael Montana to that mix, then you got 2 people that want to German suplex you.
Yeah.
You're going to have to learn how to German suplex.
Exactly.
That way, they
I
don't
can
know that you're
suplex
going to
them.
hit it.
Exactly.
That's right.
If I can German suplex both of them at the same time,
Turn it into a
Guaranteed dub
quadruple German suplex party.
Guaranteed dub for me. If I can German suplex both of them at the same time.
That's right.
That's big time, baby. Yeah.
Because you're a 7-footer and they're not.
Exactly.
And that's usually how this match here was playing out. Because he was doing German suplexes.
Yep.
He's over here taunting. He's miscalculating you. He's not taking you serious.
Yeah. Well, the match has ended by now. He's celebrating. But I was still new at this point.
He got the win.
He did. He caught me with the spear, but I was still new at this point. This was my first match ever at Wildfire.
Ramos says,
Wrestling.
Mr. Larger Than Life, Ethan Heyre.
That's me, baby. And
That's
this was
right.
also like,
So this was
6
early
months.
inside the career.
yeah. This was like 2 or 3 months after I first started having
Yeah,
matches.
this was
So,
2024.
2024. Okay, so maybe not as early, but still, yeah. This was like a year in to having matches and stuff.
You got screwed over by Corey Sparks there. Because you were putting up a good match.
Corey got the better spark.
Corey got the better of me in that one, but this is what it is. Hey, that's me.
Yep, because you're
There's
going up
Cruz getting hit in the
against
face. Love that.
and you're going up against Damian Chambers. This was when
Oh yeah.
the Ring Generals Championship was
Yup.
your most sought after championship.
Yep. This looks like our second match too. So we wrestled each other once. Yeah, this is the second one. So we wrestled each other once 1-on-1 at the Christmas show. ZDP tried to get involved in that. Backfired on him, but also backfired on me because it gave an opening for Damian to get the better of me. And then we had a triple threat match the following show at the Rumble. Me, Zach, and Damian Chambers. But the beef between me and ZDP kind of ended up costing both of us, and Damian got the better of it. I approached Damian Chambers the next month to lay down a challenge to him, 1-on-1. He clearly didn't take too kindly to the fact that the crowd was getting way more behind me and seeing me become Ring Generals champion than Chambers as champion. So he kind of snapped on me, and that led us to this match, which happened right before the eventual Ring Generals ladder match that we were talking about, where I did get my hands on the championship.
Exactly. But this is how Damian Chambers works, though.
Yeah.
When y'all were fighting for the title, he was making sure that you was not going to have it. He did everything in his power to prevent you from ever being champion.
Yeah. He tried.
But in the end, he couldn't stop your rise to power.
And Damian, to his credit, I tried to kind of play things nicely at the start, but also anybody that follows Damian Chambers anywhere else knows that that's just not who Damian is. And I think when he saw how much steam that I was building and how close to taking his championship I was coming, I think he lost his composure and his true colors came out.
Exactly.
And
because
that's led us to this.
He basically was showing his true colors. And when you finally got that chance to win the title, you took it and you got it.
Yeah.
That ladder match proved who Ethan Heyre was.
Yeah.
And that's why you were the Ring Generals champion.
You
were rightful champion.
Yeah, it was a defining moment for me. That was the first title that I won in wrestling.
And that was last year.
And I had been chasing it for a full year by that point. Yeah.
That was actually at that show right up there.
That's right. Yeah. Rise, I don't know if the people can see it, but
yeah, we got a poster up here that says Rise. Grindhouse Rise 2. That's where Ethan Heyre took the championship in that ladder match against Damian Chambers, who we're watching right now wrestling him.
Yep.
That was a pivotal moment in your career. That was last year, April 28th.
Yep. It's been a crazy ride since then. You know, like I said, I was off to a hot start with the Ring General's title until Cruz came into the picture. Kind of took up most of my year last year at Grindhouse. But, you know, since then I've been able to beat Larry D. I'm back on the hunt for the .com title. The Ring General's title obviously is no longer defended at Grindhouse, but it is defended at EWA now. So who knows? Maybe when things get settled and the dust clears with the BSB and the EWA championship and all that at EWA, maybe I take another crack at the Ring General's title. Who knows?
Hell yeah, because there's everything is a possibility.
Got unfinished business with it. Yeah, exactly.
And plus in wrestling, you always got plenty more opportunities.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you might go for more tag team gold if you do win the tag team gold with your new tag team partner.
Maybe. I've got a couple partners now in a couple of different places, so we've got some eyes on a couple sets of tag titles.
Maybe you could go after the Nice Guy Andy Podcast Championship down the line.
I could.
He did pin our champion in a non-title match, Icon Lee.
That's true.
I did. That was actually during my Ring General's title reign too. Champion versus champion. Beat Icon Lee. Just in case Icon Lee is watching this, I'd like to remind Icon Lee that I not only beat him, but I beat him in under 6 minutes. Yeah, so I definitely could. I believe Marty Clay is the champion now, right?
Yep, but at the moment, Showtime, Sean Christopher, and Calamity Jane have belt napped
it, right. So I guess we gotta get that belt back first.
Yep.
But
or you could end up
James already said it's gonna be on her time.
On her time?
She said her terms, her time, or some shit like that.
I'll leave it to Calamity Jane to do things like that.
And yeah,
with a belt that's already owned by Marty Clay.
Hear that she said that? I remember that conversation, Johnny.
Sean,
did say that.
When you podcast God, you party too much that you don't listen to what they're saying.
Well, that's
how you gonna be the podcast God and not listen to what people are saying? Does that make any sense?
I listen to most of them, but not to people that betray me. Come on, business. It was just business. He fired, and you know what? You know what Jane did?
You said she made it personal.
She did.
Like
afterwards.
Didn't you say that?
I'm not getting it.
She made it. I'll tell you how she made it personal.
Said
Ethan.
It was personal.
I was saying it was just business until she made a call in there, and she made it personal. By then, trash talking me after I was saying, "Hey, it's just business."
But she was bad mouthing me too. But it's okay.
I love how I stay clear from all of Jane's fire. She loves me.
I mean, we're hated, but that's besides the point. Apin, you're going to have to go after either Showtime Sean Christopher or Marty Clay, because it's looking like Showtime Sean Christopher's won that title.
Well, I mean, he has possession of the title, but if
he's not official yet.
Right. So
possession is 9/10 of the law.
This is also true. But then again, I've been in Marty's position. You know, I talked about how I beat Jordan Cage for the EWA Heritage Championship, and he tried to do the exact same thing to me with the EWA Heritage title. He tried to put me out and then steal the belt and claim himself to be the champion.
I remember that.
And that's part of how he ended up, you know, in a funny way, getting his opportunity, because I gave him the title shot just so I could get my hands on him, get my revenge, and get my championship back. So yeah, possession is 9/10 of the law. That is true in some sense, but also, like, the record book still determines at the end of the day who's the official champion. You know, the physical belt is a representation of the title of being champion, but it's the work that you put in that makes you a champion. So I don't know. If I were to go after Sean Christopher, I feel like if I were to gain possession of the championship, the first thing I would have to do is wrestle Marty Clay for it.
That's right.
You know, to give him a fair shot at getting his property back.
Technically, you're owed a number one contenders spot Because you did beat the champion.
Technically, I did beat the champion. It may have been a while ago, but he managed to duck out of ever defending it against me after I beat him in that match. I had my own title that I was defending and other championship aspirations at the same time. I had a lot on my plate. And I've got a lot on my plate now, but I'm looking to put more on it. I'm looking for seconds and thirds.
That's
and fourths,
right.
fifths, you know what I'm saying? All you can eat buffet type.
That's
type
right.
Shit. So.
And if they want it, they can get it.
Exactly.
Because, right, it be Mark Clay or it be Showtime Sean Christopher or whoever, you still owe the championship match because you beat our champion in a champion versus champion match, which was non-title, by the way.
Right.
But you're still owed that match because you earned it right.
Exactly. I won against the champion. That puts me in top contendership. I've been kind of sitting on it for a while because I had a lot going on at EWA, and Icon was not trying to have any part of losing to me again. You know how Icon is, but
Icon does run.
He does. He runs quite frequently. I hear that's kind of all he does these days. But yeah, so I definitely think once this gets all settled, unless you're trying to work something out to send me after the belt or something. But
I mean, that could be a possibility.
If you're trying to recruit me to be the guy that regains possession for you, then we can have that business discussion. But otherwise, as soon as Marty Clay gets possession of it, or as soon as Sean Christopher is willing to put the title, I say with air quotes, on the line.
That's right. Anything is possible in the realm of professional wrestling.
Exactly.
Even that. And with that, I think that we also need to talk about what do you aspire in the future from here? Not just championships. What is your goal going forward?
Well, my goal is I'm always aiming for new heights. I'm always reaching higher. That's not just a catchphrase. That's something I genuinely aspire for. I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of high-level names recently. I've had the opportunity to work for some high-profile promotions. I've had a couple of matches in AAW in Chicago in the past. I got to work Juggalo Championship Wrestling this past week. So I think my goal is to just get to more of those high-profile scenarios, because I feel like I've shown frequently recently that I can thrive in those high-profile scenarios, those high stakes and those high-profile promotions with the big numbers eyes on them, and the high-profile matches against guys that have been to the heights that I'm trying to reach in this business. I feel like I've proven recently that I can hang at that level. I feel like I've proven that I'm ready to take that next step and elevate to that next level.
Exactly.
So, that's definitely, I think, my goal is to just to get more eyes on myself, get myself out there to some of these promotions where people can really see what I'm all about on another level, and really elevate my career to a higher level than I've already been at.
And that's a good goal to have because, brother, you've been going places. You've been going higher. You've had profile matches with Larry D, of all people. And that is a big feat.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to keep the momentum rolling, trying to get as many more of those opportunities as I can to show how much I can shine on that level and show how high I can take it in this business.
Exactly. And that's the way you got to think inside the wrestling business. You can't just be humble and stay in that middle lane.
Exactly.
You got to keep on pushing forward so that you can reach higher heights.
Exactly.
Which is what you've been doing. Your mission is larger than life. Big time.
Exactly. Always reaching higher.
And with that, we've come close to 2 hours.
Close to the end, huh?
Yep. Who would like to say your goodbyes first?
Young lady,
I never go first.
it won't hurt you.
Ugh.
You can just go first to get it out the way.
No.
This one flew, I will say.
It
Like,
does.
this one flew by.
But here's the thing. It flies by when you're having fun.
Exactly.
And good
That's right,
conversation.
Go ahead.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys for having me. It was a blast.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and commenting and all of that stuff. Good night, people.
That's right. Sean Jahns.
What if I wanted to go last? But okay, fine.
I wanted to go last, like I normally do. But
Yeah.
guess who didn't let me have that?
Y'all saving the
Did
main
you
event
die?
for last tonight, baby.
Exactly.
Y'all saving the main event for
That's
last
right.
tonight.
We're
baby.
going to let you
That's
go.
how it goes. Main event
That's
goes
how
on
it
last.
Let's go. Okay. I'm second match, so
Yep.
like I think, Ethan, always a pleasure, brother, seeing you. By the way,
Always
I
a
am
pleasure.
Sean
to be here.
Jahns.
It is Sean Jahns.
Not Chris
Not
Blade.
Chris Blade.
Just so you don't get that mixed up. Johnny, you ran it down the scales.
All right.
I must say, your new outfit that came in the mail today, snazzy.
Thank you. I was just trying something out, something new.
Okay, there we go.
Giving
Keep it
Bret
for
Hart
shows,
vibes.
but for the most part, that's awesome.
The shirt.
Emili, always a pleasure that you get to sit next to dear old dad.
Yeah, right.
You don't get no more Pepsi.
Okay.
Hyped up. Everybody out there, stay nice.
Thank you so
Ethan
much,
Heyre.
Nice Guy Andy Podcast, for having me back. It's always a pleasure, always a great time. Nice to meet you, Emily. You were not here the last time that I was here, so it was such a pleasure to sit and talk with you. And
That's what I thought.
yeah, thanks for having me. Make sure to catch Grindhouse Pro Wrestling if you're in the area on Sunday the 28th. 27th or 28th?
Yep, the 28th.
28th, Sunday the 28th, where I don't know how exactly I'm going to do it yet, but I'm going to make sure that I get my one-on-one WeAreGrindhouse.com championship match with Too Smooth Eli Cruz so that I can take that title even higher. You can catch me at Elevate Pro Wrestling in Oliver Springs, Tennessee the day before, teaming with my boy Nakeem the Dream. You can also catch me on all of my social medias, Instagram at InstaHeyre, that's Heyre. Twitter at HeyreMan, same spelling, that's my name, don't wear it out. TikTok at HeyreTalk, YouTube.com/HeyreTube. You can find some of my matches and stuff all organized into a nice little playlist. If I did not post them and somebody else did, they are organized into a playlist. I have posted a couple of myself. I intend to start posting some more on those. I need to get that YouTube going.
Yep.
How you gonna tell people to not wear your name out and then continue to say it 6 times?
Well, I just mean,
She was just known to call people
I just mean
out
I'm
like
not gonna
that.
spell it out every
Hey, she's
time.
blunt.
You know, I'm spelling it once, and if you didn't catch it, learn to spell. Because too many times I get people spelling my name wrong, and I get it. It's a funky one, but it's important.
Yep.
If you're gonna be seeing it on all the marquees in the near future, you gotta know how it's spelled.
I can
that
be
you know who
blamed
you're coming to
for-
see, because you know when you see Mr. Larger Than Life, it's gonna be big time, and you know there's never anywhere else to go from here but higher.
That's right. Guys, I just want to thank you to everyone that's been commenting like Drew Dillinger, you're the man. I want to thank you to everyone
Love
that's
you,
been
Bubba.
watching. Chris Crow, why you guys say all that bay and things
Crow,
to
hate you, Bubba.
even higher like that? Also, guys, make sure that you show support for Even Higher. Make sure you show support for Grindhouse Pro Wrestling, Nice Guy Andy Podcast, EWA, Elite Wrestling Alliance, Kentucky Wrestling Federation, KWF, AMW, Appalachian Night Wrestling, which has also got the Country Gentleman. And also, guys, make sure that you follow us, because we're going to be bringing you the action. We're going to bring you the money. We're going to bring you the expertise, because tonight was all about getting this man's name out there for you to rise higher.
That's right.
And if you're not having fun,
You ain't getting none.
damn, Skippy.
Nice Guy
Yeet,
Andy Podcast.